So guys, welcome back to my channel, and right now I'm gonna finish the SB19 interviews from the Cashual channel with like 0 to 5th episode, and I'm gonna watch the 0-1. Maybe it's like the complete opposite order, but I started with the first one and I didn't know that this 0-1 existed, so I'm finishing it with the number 0, which is named Ghost. 3 missing members revealed. So I kind of would I quite like that. It will be like a full circle moment, because yeah, I quite liked how the episodes ended with them saying like, what, like, you cannot say anything to us anymore, like you have been punishing us for left and right for so many like literally years, so there's nothing you can say because our work speaks for itself. So I would like to see like the beginnings like before everything else. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the last episode, Ghost.
Some people called me out because I credited the Go Up dance choreography to Stell and Ken. They wanted me to only credit Stell. Well, guess what? I was wrong. Because it was all of them who choreographed it.
Sino ba yung main ng choreograph ng
Bakit? Ikaw ba nag-choreograph ng ad-lib namin?
Hindi, syempre, kakapolish ko sa inyo, nakabisado ko na yung ad-libs nyo.
It was a team effort. Now that we're past that, let's get into the video.
It's probably always like team effort to some extent.
This is the timeline that most of us know. A timeline that we managed to stitch together using the information we found on the web. The internet is a vast universe. It is so big that there are still tons of information that are just hidden in plain sight. And some of them are just waiting to be discovered.
7 of 10. Ghost.
What if I told you that Pablo, Stell, Josh, and Justin almost debuted with 3 other guys in 2017? Would you believe me?
I guess.
I've been to many places, and everywhere I go, I can see all the traces. Ever since my love has gone away, darama para sa'yo siya.
Did Stell just belt the entire bridge? Damn. Their group surely looked and sounded promising, but what exactly happened to the 3 other guys?
Before we even became SB19 as a group po, actually si Stell na iwan siya. Si Stell and Justin actually. Kumbaga lahat kami nag-quit na. Bumalik lang kami dahil nga parang gusto namin ipagpatuloy yung pangarap namin.
The word quit has a negative connotation, but we have to understand that there are a lot of things going on behind that decision.
Yeah,
A good example is the lack of financial income because they didn't even have a salary to begin with. And I'm sure that there are many other valid reasons. Imagine doing the same thing over and over and over again for more than 2 years. I can only imagine their state of mind during those times. So let's address the elephant in the room. Who are these guys? And where in the world are they now?
That's interesting.
Do you recognize this guy? I'm not talking about shirtless Stell, you guys. I'm talking about this guy, Rafa. He was supposed to be the group's bass vocalist. After training with Show BT, he moved on by running a K-pop reaction channel on YouTube. He also works as a freelance videographer and is now actively supporting his presidential candidate. He also made an appearance in the emotionally charged video greeting for SB19 in their Our Zone concert.
Rafa, my God, Rafa!
After a few test runs, they revamped the group to join the 2017 Pinoy K-pop star. This is when the prototype team was formed.
But
For whatever reason, Rafa was replaced by this guy, Zeno.
Yeah, that would be different.
They did not win in the competition. After Zeno's stint with Show BT, he became a member of the OG roster of the K-pop cover group called Zero to Hero. And speaking of OG members, it just so happened that C13 of Vision was part of it as well. It's so mind-blowing how interconnected our idols' lives were, and I'm not even done yet. During my research, I stumbled upon this clip with C13 and Josh on the same stage. Just a fair warning, what you're about to see will slightly break your heart. I also saw C13 getting tired of his clothes.
I mean, they did what they had to do.
Nananahimik ako sa pagre-research tapos ito yung bubulaga. Anyway, when C13 left the country to work in the US, the remaining Zero to Hero members decided to debut as a P-pop group.
Sa'yo na lang ang puso kong ito. Ginamit na may gasgas pa pero gumagana pa naman. Sana naman ingatan mo ito. May takot man pero kayang lampasan. Huwag kang mag-alala.
I'm sure most of you didn't know this, but their debut wasn't a success, so they were forced to back out. After the setback, Zeno got into modeling and also pursued his interest in freelance videography. In the present day, he lives his life privately with a little mix of dancing from time to time.
I never knew there were different people to be considered for, like...
While all of these things are happening, our boy Ken has been wreaking havoc in the K-pop dance cover world with his group GA7, and Amigo 7. Sheesh. The next one I'm gonna talk about is this guy, Kurt. Not gonna lie, I sometimes mistook him for Justin because they have a similar frame. Even before his trainee days, he was already a member of Seon together with Stell and Josh. After training with Show BT, he moved on by teaching dance to students and continued performing with his K-pop cover group called Principium. You can check out their YouTube channel. They still make some awesome K-pop dance covers to this day. Kurt presently works as an animator and a digital painter as well.
At least they're doing something. It's not like they just disappeared.
It wasn't only Pablo who stood there to watch the whole duration of PHP's rehearsal. There was also Stell, Josh, and Justin. It's because they were brothers. The last guy who almost became SB19 happens to be a member of PHP now, and that is JP. This guy, along with Charles and Yukito, were Pablo's mentors because he was the youngest among their PHP dance cover group. They were instrumental in what Pablo has become. The boys also trained in Show BT together only to see their closest brothers to not make it. This specific moment is very special because we just witnessed the full circle. From Pablo being the youngest to becoming the leader of SB19. From seeing his brothers struggle so hard to finally seeing their success.
Yes, like full circle moments.
In our lives, there can be moments when you feel like it's easier to give up. Heck, some people in this video even gave up at one point, but they came right back with a different perspective. Their past didn't break them, it built them. Yukito was in fact the leader of Zero to Hero that failed in their debut, but that didn't stop him. He came back with a different game plan together with his brothers who also failed with him in the past, and look at where they are now. So if you're watching this video and you are going through tough times, change your perspective. Thank the person who broke up with you because it gave you the opportunity to meet someone better in your life. Thank your boss for firing you because it gave you the opportunity to explore entrepreneurship. Thank your haters because life would be boring without them. Don't be bitter. Be better. Always choose to be kind. If you don't do that, you'll just end up as a mere ghost in the past.
Yeah, it's interesting view of like if one door closes, the other one can open, and you would never open that door if that door would not close. Even if the door is similar, it will be slightly different, and you have already have learned so much from the previous. So to bring that in the next one is like you are like an elevated version of that in the next one. So yeah, I think that's a great thing to also like say there. But it's so interesting that I would never imagine SB19 to be something else. Like, cause I think they 5 are making like a perfect combination of a band. They all are giving perfect amount of everything that they need to like combine their strengths or weaknesses to make it to the best, fullest potential they can. So I think that's, I mean, everything is meant to be in one way or another, so it just worked out for all of them mostly, and I'm glad that every one of them are doing something. It's not like they just disappeared and are not doing anything anymore, but they are still like in a creative field in some form. So I think that's also quite nice and cool. Like everyone has different paths, and some goes differently, and some joins in, and someone keeps going, and that's how it is. And like in the first episode when they say like everything that happened with them is like a butterfly effect. I truly believe it and see it as it is. Like it just fell perfectly, like as in like dominoes. Like, so yeah, I'm really glad I watched all these episodes, and thank you for suggesting for me to react to them. I think this is like the main interviews or documentaries in this case that I could see from SB19. I watched the Tony Talks, the Juan's episodes, 5th and 6th one, and these 6 episodes. So I think these are the main ones. But if there's any other interview where I could gain some more knowledge of them, of their journey, and their just, I don't know, just personality wise, leave your comments and your knowings down below, so I will really appreciate that. But other than that, thank you so much for watching basically these series, and let's get back into the music of theirs and like discovering them, because through these episodes I found out I basically know nothing. Like from the album In The Zone, I know just one song. So yeah, leave also your suggestions of music and like songs or just music videos, live performances in the comments down below so I can check them out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you enjoyed these episodes, and I'll see you next time. Bye.